So, first of all, what is TAH? Well, let me tell you. Earlier today, I was talking. Thankfully, the dog did because I did give him a thing, but he doesn't seem to want it. I hope the chicken bone is made way out. Anyway, oh, we got a like right away. Cool. Very nice. Who do we got watching? It's delayed in saying that there's actually somebody watching, but that might just be wonkiness. Usually it comes. There we go. Yeah, so what is TAH? Do you have any guesses? Let's say that first. I did use the phrase in an earlier podcast today, and I just had a voicemail from somebody. Also, I put a paper by the phone, and I noticed that it's kind of crawling up the wall a little bit. Not crawling, but like, I don't know, something's pushed it up the wall bit of the, and with the thing that is on top of the surface underneath it. Anyway, I guess that sounded weird because you left, or at least it looks like you did. Sometimes, it gets weirder, I promise. Just kidding. I'm gonna wait until somebody is for sure here, though. uh, uh, Sorry. And maybe it was that one tech. I really did try. I mean, I was going by on my bike and went past somebody, and they looked back. She wasn't getting looking. My goodness, that was the lowest cut top and everything. No, just kidding. Just like that, right? And sometimes guys do too, for that matter. Um, I tried not to laugh. I tried. If that's even a thing. Well, it is a thing, but is it a thing that is worthwhile doing? I don't know. So, why isn't this liking? But it goes to the page. Okay. Sorry. Okay, it did like. Good. That's not what I. Oh, me. Unfortunately. Um. So I'm just waiting for people to tune in and trying to get my focus, and it has flashed to one, 2 or 3 times. Maybe it's the same person keeps trying to tune in. Yes, I know that's a little something funny and cute behind me. um, or at least we think it is, kind of. An hour ago. No, 9 hours ago, 10 hours ago. Sorry. Um, so updates. The thing where I wanted to go and try and be a hero that I've been on about. You can check out those videos because I might try Friday. So then you know what I'm talking about when I give the update next time. There was a few people. Once I got over the bridge, there was a big walking group. They were going the way I was going to bike, so I went a different way, came back around, and then got past them before they got where I was. So that worked out. Um, but other than that, nobody in duress. Everything seemed fine. On the way back, I had food. I got an interesting looking. It's supposed to be a roasted chicken poutine with gravy and ranch and cheese and scallion, green onion, I think. Um, but the chicken looked a little. It was shredded chicken, and it looked a little bit pink. And the staff person had switched off after I was there. I noticed when I went back to see if they had a bag with a handle. Wish I brought one of them paper bags, but my backpack worked fine. Uh, it's hard to get good containers these days, right? But every now and then, even the ones that look like they wouldn't be, actually sometimes hold closed well. But I plan to just make it up. I'm thinking I might wait because it may or may not. A little longer it sits, it's true. But I have something Thursday and something Saturday, so and then I can rest up, you know, for a few days if I do. Also, just noticing an interesting, mostly green and red rainbow reflecting maybe off those leaves, although I've never noticed that before on that piece of furniture there. But it's some people may find that messy and a lot to look at, so I'm not going to worry about showing you. Um, and then the other thing, the other thing, unfortunately, um, the building I wanted to have open a drop-in center in is not being rented out now that it's vacant. Um, Nobody came right out and said it, but I asked it. I said, "Oh, is it not in very good condition?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, not really." She's like, "I'm sorry though." So yeah, so I went and took the sign that I put off on the window down. Um, I thought briefly about that. And they had a blue bin underneath the window, like a little tiny blue bin, and I almost tossed it in there. There's a part of me that's struggling to let go of it, even though and almost also the papers. I spent $32, but it's going to be the cost is going to be shared between the three of us, um, and three people, uh, which is good because it feels like a complete waste. But I couldn't get that information any other way. It felt like I don't know if I'd put that note the first time, the bigger note, but they did eventually see it because somebody took it off, unless it blew off. But because I don't think I taped it too too much. I didn't tape it a lot, but yeah, I thought, okay, now that I know this, I better go take this one down because the other one I never heard back from. It's unfortunate because there was a curtain, like it's an empty house. There was a curtain that, and I couldn't see in what I'm guessing would probably be a living room or maybe a bedroom. And then around the other side, uh, there wasn't, and it looked like a kitchen uh, with white cupboards, and it looked to be decent from what the little I could see of it. With that view, I looked in because nobody lives in it now, So I figured, why not? And then the front windows didn't have anything covered, but there was kind of a lot of people around, just in general in the area. So I felt a little bit more awkward, a little bit more noticed. If. I mean, again, I wasn't doing anything weird, but so I did try and take a bit of a zoomed in picture from a distance, but honestly, I think it just got a reflection. So, but and also because it's a house, I mean, I live in a house now, but the other person takes care of a lot of those expenses. I take care of the food and stuff for our dog and stuff like that, but takes care of a lot of those expenses. So, I mean, I've only otherwise lived in apartments, so I didn't know that, well, I mean, I should have known, I suppose. I guess I just wasn't thinking that, there's things like property taxes. And if you're in a school zone, you know, and yeah, I saw some big numbers on that printout that I got. So, what am I thankful for though? I did get outside on a lovely day. I did. I think after living here 20 years, it's about time I at least see our city hall, and it wasn't that busy actually in there. There's a few people kind of wandering around, but the first one into the wrong building because they were buildings kind of across from each other, but may have been completely attached. I don't know. Can't remember. And then when I went in the other one, there was two security who didn't know anything about the ramp. So that was really weird. And then when I went in the other one, they weren't super busy um, or helpful, but it was kind of a that one. The one thing I was going to do was kind of serve yourself, but I mean, he kind of was because I mean I'd never been through this process before. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit like the one I walked past today. Can't remember one to be honest. That's a bit of a Surprise! This lady might be a 50 or 60, 70-year old feisty lady who likes video games. Just a new contact of mine. Um, that's a good sign, I guess. Question of Americans. Sorry for the slowness, but some videos I'm more slow than others, and it's been a long day, and I'm looking forward to resting the rest of it. So, can you hear when somebody barely has any photos of themselves on their profile? Wonder Woman. I wonder where I put my phone. I wonder where I put my keys. I wonder where I put my purse. I wonder where my money went. So yeah, what do you think THA is? Um, what are your strategies for healing? I'll try and think of some to put into this as well. But what are yours? And also for letting go of things that you don't need don't need to hold on to anymore. But maybe there's something that was quite important, for you, like this opportunity to open this drop-in center. I mean, hopefully it'll still happen somewhere else, but it's a big undertaking, and I don't know where this somewhere else would be. So it's a bit tricky. Really. I'm just thinking of sharing with a friend what her mutual got me as a gift, and it's something very unique. And it doesn't sound like she'll judge it, but it's something very unique. And yeah, I bet it'll be an interesting thing for her to find out. So I may or may not seem like I'm in a good mood. I'm in a tired mood. I'm in a disappointed mood. I'm trying to be in a hopeful mood, about things for the. Basically, I'm moody. Just kidding. Um, but yes, what do I do to heal? I mean, honestly, talking about it can help online. Hearing that. Um, Music sometimes, but because I've not been successfully reaching music goals lately, I mean, I haven't. I've gotten back into playing. I've done a bit of songwriting, but it's still, so that one isn't as much one. I don't hate art or gardening. I'm just not really that artsy or knowledgeable in gardening. And the other person in our home is more the gardener. So kind of, and thankfully the it feels sort of like fall is coming slowly. But yeah, I can just let the other person do it, and I just enjoy it. So, um, but those are more hobbies, which can be healing, but I'm not sure if it's exactly what I mean when I say, how do you find? I mean, of course, some people may say counseling or coaching as well, and that's a fine answer. Some people may even say meds. But I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for unique things. But yeah, Um, so yeah, I kind of clarified. Well, I re-asked one thing and clarified the other thing in the chat, and I'll be right back with you. I'm a little bit distracted again, but not as much as earlier today, I would say. So, but didn't take much apparently. That's very odd. This one friend's photo, it was one that's kind of about a specific cause that's always meant a lot to me. So sometimes I'll check and see who's reacted to those kind of photos. Now, she's not the only one that has them, especially guys. I don't know. I mean, lots of guys are very accepting and open-minded in that. But anyway, and it's listed a bunch of people. Oh, I think it must be their settings though. If they don't have the showing or whatever, because like I know that when somebody passes away, it'll sometimes hide it. It'll say you have, like, say you have two mutuals with somebody on this site, and it'll say one. No, it'll say two, but show one until you click into their friends, and then look at the mutuals, and then it'll show the other person. It's like, but that passed away as well. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, this one it's like a few down. It shows one that has the mutual who's of the person who posted the photo, but none of the other ones mention clarify that. I almost don't want to click some of the other ones. I'm just being curious and browsing, since I think I figured out why, and if I haven't, then I'm confused again, and I don't want to. I don't like being confused. Who does, right? Huh? She's young. She's not gonna. Oh, unless that's her. She's not gonna know who I'm referring to there. No, that might be her though. There's two chicks. It might be a mother and daughter, or a great. Okay, grandmother or something. I think this is the old lady because she hasn't. This is the old lady, the older lady in the picture because she hasn't. I'm just passing the time until I wait for people to come. For conversation in the chat. Really. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting for conversation in the chat based on what we're talking about here in the topic, and I may have just dropped a hint actually. And yeah, if I don't get any answers, I'm just gonna have to look them up myself because I think I'm gonna need to do some. Even though there was some positives in it all, I think I'm gonna need to do some. I mean, it was part of the process. She understands that. I'm not asking my friend to pay all of it, so I hope she'll still help us out. But yeah, sorry, it's been a long day. Like I tuned in just to see some guy yawning. Oh, it's way more than that. Peeps. Way more than that. We have to stay more than a few seconds to find out what it is. In some videos, like I say, I'm just slower than others. It's been a long day. I'm tired. What can I say? But I had a bit of time to pass before the other person, the host, gets home. And yeah. And also, I'd love to say I did a successful podcast. And that's the good news because, like I say, it wasn't all terrible. But the two things that I'd most hoped for today, I made progress, especially with the one. But still, like I say, they didn't quite go as planned. So I'm a little bit disappointed. That's what was a pizza. Layered. I like how the toppings are under the cheese. I kind of like that. My goodness, does this guy ever look like my cousin Steve a little bit? Kind of. As far as how to let go of things that, as people like to say, no longer are helpful to hold on to, let me leave this here. Um, my personal advice about that, since it's good to come with at least some ideas and not just be asking y'all for them, is that time can help. You know, we shouldn't have to go through suffering, and if it can be avoided, great. Or difficulties, but we will. Sometimes, and I'm just thinking about things I've went through, and certainly the passage of time. Also, things improving, whether they're similar to the other thing or just kind of in general. Sometimes can be like, I'm doing really good now. I mean, things are going really well, and I'm really happy, and so I don't care about that anymore. Um, I've experienced more of the passage of time one. I mean, there's good things that happen, you know, in life, and you don't have to wait super long for them to. But sometimes they're kind of the mediocre things. not to sound. Oh yes, I have to plug this in. Oh, that's right. The cord's upstairs. But I don't want anyone to tune in and me not be here, so I'm gonna go get it. That's not it, eh? That's the tablet one. What's the tablet charged at? 39. It should be okay for now. I know that doesn't sound high, but it'll be getting plugged in upstairs anyway shortly. So, oh, oh. It's always nice to get a like pretty quickly into things. Fortunately, sometimes it's somebody who doesn't seem to have time to chat. Maybe they just think I'm cute. Maybe they just being supportive. Maybe both. And I appreciate the support, and maybe I think they're cute too. But I only know if they comment and they have their picture shown. Just kidding. I hope that wasn't a lame joke. If it wasn't, stay tuned. There might be one from time to time. If it was, stay tuned. There'll be more. Maybe that was even one. They're like, oh, this is too cheesy. Things are better with cheese, aren't they? Most of the time. That's why they say cheese, please. And I want samosas. Sorry, don't mind me. And I'm not trying to be racist with that joke. Just so you know, I'm succeeding with it. Just kidding. No, I'm not like that. We do sometimes have a lot of people from the Middle East that discover this channel. So no, I mean, I can tell by your name a lot of the times, and I chat with you. So that says it right there. I know racist. I might know some. I hope I don't. So, oh, and I'm thankful for whatever is bringing. I mean, I do have a sense of humor. Whatever is bringing the humor into things, because I think I needed it today for sure. So as I'm about to let a friend know, I'm rolling for another. Let's see here. What do you do? Ice cream treat sauce. So yeah, other than Thursday and an appointment kind of on Saturday, I don't have a whole lot that I'm holding hope for, unfortunately. Um, I'm hoping that some things. I just put lotion on. Some things kind of come to be that will bring it back in. That's another topic. It may kind of even fit in with the topics already. And quick, guess what TAH is? Because I'm about to say it. Oh wait up! No, you both left. Okay, topic at hand. They're like, I don't like quizzes. I wish you'd just tell us. Screw this. Click away. Just kidding. Could be anything. Could be anything. Could even be unintentional or not personal. Chopstick if you're curious. Chopstick if you're not. But yeah, um, I don't. Part of me thinks a lot of people are going to say religion, and so I almost want to say just don't say religious reasons. It's great if it works for you. It mostly doesn't work for me. I won't say it entirely doesn't, but at the same time, if that's what your answer is, I don't want you to feel discluded. You know, so but I would prefer if there was other things, and even if you are religious, I would prefer if your answers were other things. Because actually, yeah, I could see people saying religion about healing, learning to let go and giving it to God, and in find, finding hope. Um, well, this ain't my chat. Holy, whoa! What's going on here? That's the no way that it could be. It seems to be a news story that it showed as a thing that was live, and I clicked it. The chat was going really fast. I don't even want my chat that fast, but little more would be good. I haven't been rolling super long, but a little more would be delightful. The question I've added to it, I think I did type it, but um, just a moment here. Is that Ed Sheeran? Sorry. Who is Zane Lowe? Interview. Um, is how do you that's not well. That's a full episode, I guess, and I'll preview that tonight. That might be our dinner entertainment. How do you? Okay, the viewer left. How do you find the viewer to ask them how they? And if I was to give my answer to that, I don't. No, just kidding. I just don't have hope, but I hope to. um, I don't know. I think some of the answers that I gave in the previous, especially the one about how to let go of things that no longer, um, yeah, that part, I would say that some of the things that I said there would play into bringing a sense of hope. Otherwise, I asked Bob. I mean, I am a very punny, silly, jokey person. I am. Sometimes it comes through more than others. I'm just a bit surprised with how tired I am and the disappointments that I went through earlier, and that this has been going kind of quiet and slow, this particular one. Um, and some of them are more active in the live chat, which doesn't always display afterwards. But if you watch the video, you'd hear I was talking to the people, the peeps. But yeah, they say laughter is the best medicine, and when we find it for ourselves, and it's harmless fun that doesn't that simply hears ourselves in a good way, that is that's a technique, whether it's, for lack of a different way to put it, because it's not self-gratification, self-deprecation, I believe. That can be a way of, it can be a way of avoiding issues perhaps, but it can also be a way of, like, I wish I could think of an example. Oh well, I didn't really want to have that drop in center anyway. Is not a good example because I actually do. um well, I wasn't rich. I would have had to be pretty darn rich to do that, and established. I don't know. Bad examples, maybe. What are some examples that you've used in your life? Because some people maybe do it more than other people, but I would think that everybody does it a little bit, where they kind of laugh at themselves. They kind of, or some people would just, admit that they're weird. They're like, yeah, I'm weird. I already know, kind of thing. What is something like that you do, or a situation that you were in, where you kind of, it may have been a serious or difficult thing, but at some point you just found yourself making lighter of it and laughing about it because, you know, it might be a good example of when there's, and I'm not saying I'm an expert, but of when you don't know what else to do, when you don't, um, I feel like it would make more sense if it was true though. So like me saying, oh, I didn't want to start that drop-in center, or, I mean, it is true I'm not rich. I was going to say, oh, I didn't need that $32 anyway for those papers. It feels like a scam, those places, but everybody's got to make an income. Um, One other good thing that came out of it is I think I'm just going to recycle those papers. I'll keep it just for now, but I sent a copy of the receipt to the person helping pay it. The other two I don't need. Even my note I don't think I need. And it's a very interesting thought to think, this house is going to be demolished. I wonder what that'll be like when the day it happens. Bibbidi bops. But it's kind of like, I don't know whether I'd rather see it there and know this truth of which I found out today, or not and know this truth. I mean, I don't really know if one's better than the other, um, unless something else goes there, and then that'll become familiar to me, and then that would help. But that's probably not going to be anytime soon. I mean, one thing I could do, one thing I could do. This might be rush hour too tonight if I don't find anything else. Is is but then this is what I'm not sure about. So maybe I should keep those, especially since I did have to pay for them. Um, is So if what apparently it turned out to be actually is that the property is owned by, uh, it sounds like a church, not the one closest to it, uh, but one not super far, which it says ironically, which is probably pretty common, that it's on Cathedral Avenue, but that's not Cathedral Avenue. I 100% know because of how close it is to home. I may not know my full area, but I do know that that's not Cathedral Avenue. But anyway, I reached the person who knew about the property, and she said, we're not putting it back up for rent. So once the house is gone, do they still own that land? I mean, when I think of owning land, for some reason, I think about the country first. Maybe it's because I'm originally a country bumpkin. I don't know. As opposed to a country pumpkin. No, I'm not opposed to them. Especially this time of year. Just kidding. Anyway, but guess they don't like pumpkins, or maybe pumpkins. Oh, but there's two of you here now. Glad to have you here. Don't be shy to join the conversation. That were the topics. I haven't been rolling that long, and it has been a little bit quiet. But I put topics. I'm talking about other ones. Well, not really other ones, but anywho. So yeah, if a home or a building. Okay, you left, and I kind of already said it. I think you get what I was kind of asking, or at least it looks like you have. Sometimes that's not accurate. Um, I don't want to give them more to catch up on. I could look it up online, maybe. Yes, they do. As long as it's not sold, transferred, or expropriated. But why would they need to if there's nothing there? Unless they're planning to put something there, I guess. Like, because again, I go back to the, oh, I wonder if I could gather enough people to help construct something. I mean, the seasons are changing, but it's not winter yet. With the right dedication and availability of the people and skill, we could possibly, depending on how quick they get that one away, we could possibly. So that one tab, this one here. No, actually, both of them, they're the same number. But anyway, and maybe once it's gone, I'll say, is this land, is this property free to build on now? And are you there? And hopefully, I'll get a, yeah, do whatever you want. So now that I know what I know, I'm actually hoping that they get rid of it soon so that I can try that step. um, I don't necessarily know a lot of people in the industry. Like I say, this particular chapter in my life, mostly acquaintances, not a lot of family. Uh, but I could round up the community to do it. I think whether that's going door to door and or posting online. I don't know if it's worth posting yet, though. And of course, some people aren't very good at in that trade either. Like they do shoddy work, right? But um, I mean, if nothing else, I could just collect a bunch of construction workers, even if I don't need to utilize them. There. I wouldn't mind actually taking a look and getting an update about this. Um, and even if it's not there, if there isn't a place that already exists, but keeping it short and sweet. I don't see those issues in comments. Um, Maybe that was slightly weird wording, but it works. Um, I mean, I guess that's kind of true. Um, Sorry, mildly distracted briefly, and I do have to wrap up soon, actually. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted as far as that goes too. But I think I'm gonna wrap up now. So there. Just kidding. And I kind of gave him the updates earlier, both in messages, but then on the phone when I got home a little bit. I should just rest now. I'm certainly tired. The Tylenol's not working yet, but it hasn't been quite an hour yet. And maybe if I'd went right to bed afterwards, but I couldn't. I couldn't just yet. So, but but yeah. So that's that. I did have a song idea. He's on his way home, and I think about how Dad passed away on his way home from work, and I'm not too sure. But where is it? Here. It is a Rodney Aikens song. I wouldn't have. I've heard of Chase Aikens. It feels saying that name last name sounds odd, but that's what it is. and I have heard of that, but for some reason it just coming off the tongue sounding funny at the moment. But no, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I've been watching you. Boo, 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 boo. But I would say angels and the beyond, uh, the healing sense of things, they can help with kind of all three of the topics that have came into this. And what is TAH, by the way? Topic at hand. And it's came up twice today. So, yeah, the topic at hand, just to, you can see the title, but just in case live chat doesn't show afterwards, the one that I added, I will be wrapping up pretty soon, but you're welcome still to comment, is how to, okay, you left, but basically how to find hope, how to keep hope. Maybe that's the way to put it. But if you kept it, then you don't need to look for it as much anyway. But, yeah. So there. um, and I did also put in the chat here. I put unique ways that maybe many people don't talk about for doing the two things in the title, including also the thing I just said, which is at the bottom of the chat there. Yeah, the person in the home is going to be getting home soon, and then I'm going to wrap up. But if you, I know it doesn't sound like much, but I was going to say when they seem to have so rudely run away, um, unless that's just how it looks, because I have seen that happen before, especially when there's one and then it goes to zero. It's like, oh no, but they're still here. But like I say, there has been the humor, there has been hope, some helpful things said for myself, and hopefully maybe for you as well. Um, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Yepper. But this just happens to be one of those videos that's been a little bit on the quieter side as far as reception, and the person left, and it's like that. Sorry. No, I mean, I don't mean to call you that. I wouldn't call you that if you were being your cool self and your great self, and being in the comments, being lovely and funny and enjoyable to chat with. You know, then I might say, well, you were, yeah, but you're actually pretty cool. um, Oops, just a moment. I guess I locked that door. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, you got it. Okay. Bye. So that you will not be on the door for a moment there. Oh. But we do have someone here, so if you want to make this especially worth it as far as engaging, I welcome you to answer the question, and you left. Okay, I still might share it with G if I don't have anything else to do, because he hasn't been home for most of it, and it was decent. And it says a little bit more of the updates. So. Sayonara, marinara. Just kidding. What? Huh? I guess this spoon must have been in a pot. Yeah, just put it back. As long as it wasn't touching anything 480. Play dead. Get their attention by playing dead. Oh, that would be a great idea. Nobody's here to hear me say I'm doing it, but I want to try that. I don't mean to belittle it, and I hope it wouldn't be any kind of coincidence. At least from the one I love. Just kidding. Somewhat do, somewhat don't. Oh, it's a little bit.
Sorry,
Tis the
Sandy,
season.
I'm giving you right now.
You get anything interesting today? Pardon moi? What's that? Did you get anything interesting today?
Oh,
Were you saying just a second? I don't know what that means. Or why you'd say it that way. You usually sit in the blue chair. You sit in the blue chair. For normalcy. I'm Sheldon. Nice to meet you. Okie dokie, out of turkey. Blue chair, please. It's easier for sending anyway. I wonder where that book went. Oh, there it is. Oh. So he's got a lot of this fur on his leg again, but can't keep up with it lately. You okay? You okay?
Well, I saw Alania's message.
Who?
Alania.
Oh, did I miss something?
You responded to her message, so you didn't miss something. But
Oh.
somehow it got archived.
Oops. Yeah, it's showing a lot more menu options. Yeah, but I don't. Oh.
You didn't want it before.
I don't see it there.
Well, I unarchived it.
Oh, okay.
I guess you were trying to spare me some grief.
Yeah, and I figured if you wanted to say anything, you would.
Well, I wouldn't know to respond with
But it's like, what do we say, right? So I should wrap up.
Uh-huh.